Hi, Scorpio. It's your girl, Alex. And I'm back at the table to bring you another reading, messages from the universe. I hope you guys are doing well. At this time, all of my appointments are closed. I keep saying to myself I'm going to take a break, but I will at some point. Anyway, let's see what God in the universe has for my glorious, glorious Scorpios. God, angels, universe. Really? I don't feel like the Page of Wands today. Any messages you have for Scorpio? Could they be clear? Could I communicate them clearly, articulate them clearly? That would be amazing. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you, God. Amen. All right. That's what I'm talking about. The Eight of Pentacles. Is working. Work, 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 work. Okay. Ace of Wands. King of Wands. Okay. Five of Swords. King of Pentacles. You're leaving behind a Leo for a Taurus? Knight of Wands. And Five of Pentacles with the Nine of Wands. So, I feel like somebody's trying hard to get your attention. This person you actually could work with, by the way. Y'all know how I is. Just bear with me. Okay? Y'all know how I is. Okay, that should be good. Okay, so I have the Eight of Pentacles, which is focusing. It's working, right? Working on something that you deem valuable and important, and you're giving it all of your attention. I do kind of feel like there is a lover or someone who wants to connect with you emotionally, or you are connected with emotionally. This person is trying hard, but not so much, right? It's almost like they're trying hard without trying so hard to maybe get your attention. But I feel like for a lot of you, you're focused on financial stability and trying to build some sort of nest egg, or it feels like recuperate financially. Angels also said too, there could be some urgency here. Yeah, with the Leo, with that Justice card, maybe someone has legal issues. Oh, Sun card under the Lovers. Ace of Wands with the Hierophant. That feels like a prayer answered. King of Wands and the Hermit. See what I'm saying? It feels like an excitement, motivation, right? King of Wands holding the Ace of Wands, looking at the Ace of Wands. It feels like someone is attentively focused on prayer, meditation, some sort of connection, commitment, or tradition. Okay? Ooh, child, there's a lot of masculine energy. All right, Capricorn. Six of Cups. Six of Cups is the return of love, right? Six of Cups for me always means somebody wants to come back. Okay. Are we doing third row? Angel says yes, in due time. Some of you are working on something legal. I'm hearing for some of you, you may have started a new business. You may have gone under contract, right? For the purchase of a home. Maybe you're trying to get a vehicle. You're working to remain in balance, especially financially, is what I heard, especially with the King of Pentacles there. This to me almost kind of feels like, I'm just going to tell you the first storyline that I got. It's almost like you're working and somebody's calling you or wanting to talk to you and kind of interrupting you as you're working. But for some of you, the interruption is pleasant, right? It's a pleasant break from work. Angels just also said to me too that again, it kind of feels like some of you are about to undergo some sort of work love affair, like a new relationship may be beginning at work, or angels are also saying too a new relationship is starting to work. I also feel like you're incredibly attracted to this person and you want to do some things. And angels are saying it kind of feels like this is how somebody feels towards you, Scorpio. Right? Somebody want to split your Red Sea. Five of Swords on Five of Swords, but they're trying to, they're not necessarily sure because you're just focused on work. Okay, so it kind of looks like someone's trying to get your attention. Now, the Five of Swords for me kind of represents, it feels like law of opposites in a nutshell, right? As in, I'm focused on what's behind me. What's behind them? The King of Wands, sex, or attraction, or lust, or, you know, assertiveness, aggressiveness, right? But at the same time, they are trying to play it cool, okay? This could be someone at your job in a high-ranking position. They're also saying to me someone's trying to come across as not being desperate, not trying to obsess over you. But again, somebody wants to take a swim in your ocean, Scorpio. Whether you are the fish or the ocean, somebody wants to take a dip. This feels like maybe somebody you know. Okay. My angel said, yeah, somebody's trying to manage their lusty thoughts when it comes to you. Angels just also pointed out the two knights there. Those are the two quickest moving knights, right? So for a lot of you, you could hear back from someone in your past and they're like, hey, how you doing? Come over. Ooh. Child. I haven't done that in a long time. Y'all know what that is when especially when a black woman says and if she's auntie or your grandmama, that just means somebody is up to no good. But this is that good trouble. This is that bad not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good. Right? Shout out to Run DMC. Angels just said to me also, this could represent those Scorpios who are celibate, right? You may be celibate and child, you are feeling it. You are feeling it. Somebody here is horny. Let me just say that. I can say horny, can I, YouTube? Okay. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Now, Ace of Pentacles or Five of Pentacles is Six of Pentacles. Okay. Ace of Pentacles is a brand spanking new opportunity. So for a lot of you, you're working towards a particular goal or accomplishment and somebody's trying to work towards you. Okay. Yeah, again, there's a celibacy right here, right? What did she say? Millionaire matchmaker, no sex without monogamy. That whomever this is, whether it's my singles, whether it's my celibate Scorpios, it's like, I can hear y'all saying, finally my reading, finally one I can resonate with. Here's the Six of Pentacles as well. I also have the Emperor here twice. The Emperor here is in a happy place, right? So angels said also some of you could be having sex for the first time in a long time. Okay, all right. I don't know. I may have to flag this one for 18 or older. But Four of Cups. I don't think I'm old enough to give this reading, because this my fuckboy card, the Knight of Wands with the Devil and the Four of Cups. That's sex without emotions. You know what I mean? I feel like Scorpio, someone is strategically, and I mean strategically. I'm talking Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise jumping out of airplanes and off of motorcycles. Mission Impossible, strategically trying to, quote unquote, get back in your good graces. Now, one thing I do want to point out, especially about the King of Wands, is the King of Wands is non-committal. Okay. So if you do meet somebody and there is a really thick, heavy sexual attraction, it's exactly that, sexual. Okay. I kind of feel like maybe anything long term with this person. Five of Swords, Six of Pentacles. This is somebody to an extent who may be a workaholic. Maybe they don't have time for the shenanigans of a relationship, but they'll make time for the sexual shenanigans. I know that's right. Yeah, I know. My angels. I can't say that. YouTube is going to get me. They're going to flag my video again. Someone is, what is the word? Oh, I got the Emperor and the Empress, Mama and Daddy. Angels say I got the Ace of Wands on the table. Y'all better watch out for pregnancy. I got the Empress with the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands. This person is either a Leo or have Leo in their chart, or they're an Aries. They're a fire sign. Okay. Now here's the thing. I feel like Five of Swords is kind of saying to you, hey, run for the hills. This person is going to breadcrumb you to death. Right. And for a lot of you, it's almost like you're going to have to bypass what doesn't serve you, get back to what you really want, what you really desire, so that you can capitalize on the opportunity. And angels say have a full experience. Now, if you just want to dip your toe in the water and go on about your life, this person is your person. But if not, yeah. And angels are saying, and I love this message, they're saying, beware of your eyes, right? As in falling for someone because they're cute or got a nice body or are well endowed and that stuff, right? Because although these are tokens, right? They're ornaments. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. They're ornamental. You're really, really looking for somebody with some substance, somebody who's trustworthy, secure, financially stable about their business, are the head of something, or, an expert in their field. That's the person technically who's going to make you happy. So yeah, you got the Emperor here with the happiness and the lovers. Angels are saying for some of you, you lucky dogs, and I love dogs, by the way, you lucky dogs, you could have a couple of people, and I really want to say about 4, count them, 4 people who are interested in you. Okay. 2 of them are, some timers, and 2 of them are long term. Okay. Long-term options. Yeah. Angels said if you work in either military, God bless you, I love you, or law enforcement, and even first responders, this could resonate with you ridiculously well. Yeah, angels are also saying too, for a lot of you, you're about to meet a soulmate. Oh no, angel said, okay, so that message stands. But the other message I was talking about is the one you work with. I feel like some of you have like deep workplace attractions, but beware, because they do feel very temporary. I have the 7 of Wands here with the Hermit card, with the Hierophant card. Okay. The 7 of Wands is really like standing your ground, sticking up for yourself, drawing a line in the sand. About, a 90-day rule about sex, or you have certain specific expectations when it comes to your relationship. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So angel said Scorpio will think sex first and relationship second. If that resonates with you, the person you have sex with is probably not the real person you're going to get into a relationship with. I hope that makes sense. Okay, it's all about sex this time around. What do we have with the 4 of Cups and also the Devil card? Yeah, angels. Okay. Angel said this is one of 2, right? We're talking about our celibate Scorpios. We're talking about our single Scorpios. We're talking about how sex is introduced to your relationships. the role of sex in your relationships. And, oh, Angel said go by placement. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start giving you messages by placement, but they're going to be several storylines. So it's going to be a storyline per placement, because I really do feel like I'm talking to a lot of Scorpios, especially when it comes to the subject of sex. Okay. So, for the first group of Scorpios, I feel like money is on your mind is on your money, and it's because you need to pay a bill. And I feel like there is a Leo, maybe a Libra, who's wanting to come in and kind of intercept or kind of quote unquote break your focus. Okay. Second group of Scorpios, I do kind of feel like you might have met someone new, and you guys got to the point in the relationship where you both were vulnerable with each other, and it could have been the moment when you actually fell in love with the person. Okay. The next group of Scorpios are Scorpios who are already in established relationships. It kind of feels like things are going well as long as you guys can manage the control in the relationship, right? As long as someone is not being overly controlling. Okay. With the Ace of Wands, the Hermit, the Hierophant, and also the Seven of Wands, I feel like this is some of you who might have met someone new, and you're very attracted to this person, and maybe you're ready to take the next step. But maybe this person or you are like, no, let me kind of temper myself and temper my lusty thoughts until we are in a committed relationship. Okay. There are some of you out there, okay, if you slinging it and winging it, I would just say be careful of pregnancy. Angels are saying for some of you, especially those of you who can impregnate people, you could have gotten someone pregnant recently, and now you're trying to figure out what you're going to do, what it's all going to mean. The next group of Scorpios, 5, 5, and 6, kind of feels like maybe you ghosted someone. You both ghosted each other because you knew it wasn't going anywhere. The next group of Scorpios, King of Pentacles, angels are saying these are the workplace Scorpios. It kind of feels like you're getting a breath of fresh air, right? Like you could be used to Leo, lusty, or Gemini, flighty and fickle, or Aries, rigidity and stuff like that, or Taurus's stubbornness. But I feel like for this placement, King of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Nine of Cups, you're working with somebody who is of a high-ranking position, and you're loving the shit out of that, okay? Angels are also saying, too, you could be crushing on this person. Okay. The Knight of Wands, the Devil, and the Four of Cups. Oh, next to the Five of Pentacles, some of you could be friends with benefits, hump buddies. I just thought about that. Hump buddies. And you're deciding, you know what, this is not really working for me. I want to fall in love. I want to be in a relationship. I want to be in something meaningful. Okay. And it's almost like you're tired of the friends with benefits, the fuck buddies, all this and that. I also feel like you've been doing this for a long time, maybe the past 4 years, past 4 months, right? And it's almost like you're saying to yourself, you know what, I'm tired, I'm getting old, it's not serving me, I want to fall in love, I want to be in love. So that's really what you're working on, right? You're working on your next opportunity. And again, depending on what placement resonated with you, the next step is really what you're focusing on and what you're looking at and what that's going to mean to the grand scheme of whatever situation you're in. I hope that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I gave you about 8 different readings in under 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Has that ever been done? That's pretty cool. Angels are saying there's something to say about those King of Wands and the Emperors, right? Because King of Wands, Emperor, Emperor. That's a lot of fucking ego. That's a lot of ego. Okay. Angels are saying for some of you, you could be working on your ego as it relates to your sexual prowess, right? We all know what it feels like when somebody realizes that we're a Scorpio and they're like, oh, so you a freak. I can't stand that shit. You know what I mean? I can't stand that shit. Okay. But yeah. Right? Yeah, right in the middle of your reading is the Hermit. And the Hermit is kind of going within, kind of doing some self reflection on what the next step is, really. I don't have any twos here, do I? No, I don't have any twos here. That's quite ironic. I do have the Emperor and the Empress. All right, I have 2 emperors and 1 empress. I don't have any queens. Do I? No, this is a lot of masculine energy. Okay, but I kind of feel like, well, regardless of your gender, perhaps some of you are working on managing your ego and pride and being a lot softer and loving and romantic and tender and sensitive. Okay. Since being sensitive is almost the same as being understanding. Being sensitive, being emotional is almost the same as being a team player. As in, it's a characteristic, right? So to an extent, and angels are saying, I'm talking to those very egotistical or ego-driven Scorpios. And there are a lot of you, by the way. I've talked to a lot of you. Being sensitive doesn't necessarily mean you change who you are. It just means you add a new flavor to your portfolio. Okay? So being sensitive, being softer, being nurturing, being compassionate, that just means you're trilingual or bilingual, right? You can be the masculine and then you could also be the feminine. Angels just said, however, the masculine, 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 right? They pretty much dominate the table. We're the feminines. 1/2 of the lovers. The angel here, bum rushing the lion, right? Mama. That's it. Okay. I need to talk to these tarot card makers because a lot of these people are masculine, which is why I like my Pope Girls tarot, because all of them are feminine. Okay. But it kind of feels like a lot of you need to work on your masculine side. A lot of you need to balance out your pride and ego, right? One of my, no, it was a guy who I think I was dating when I was in my motorcycle club back in between like 2007 and 2011. And he said to me, a man doesn't want to date a man, right? I'm a heterosexual woman. And he was like, a man doesn't want to date a man because I have and had a lot of masculine, energy. I'm a heterosexual female, right? And when he said that, it was a eureka moment, because when you think about the Emperor and the Empress, he is the strong, disciplined, quote unquote, leader. She is a more compassionate, more sensitive, mothering leader, or not leader in quotes, leader, right? They're both leaders. They both balance each other out. So for those of you, as an example, who dominate, your masculine energy dominates almost every experience, especially in love, that message was for you. So whether you are a masculine LGBTQ person and you want to attract feminine, right? Angels are saying you're probably masculine and you keep attracting masculine. Okay. Angels are saying, by the way, that doesn't apply to any specific gender. It's just energy types. So regardless of your identity or orientation, is it still called orientation? Can I still use that? Right. Regardless of whatever that is, this reading looks like it specifically speaks to the masculine. Okay. And little old mama, right? Her and the strength card. Some of y'all need to balance your energies, the 2 energies, masculine and feminine. And we need to bring her some backup. Okay. Because we got a lot of penises all over this table. Yes, we do. Mm-hmm. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, in LGBTQ, there's still one masculine, there's still one feminine, regardless of, what the identity or genders are. So again, it applies across the board, regardless of orientation. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. There you go. If you're masculine, you're attracting masculine. Y'all ever, I know. And then if they're masculine and they attract the equal opposite. So if you're the emperor and you attract the more sensitive, compassionate person, you're like, I don't know what to do with them. Like you'll discard them. You'll reject them. You'll get rid of them because you're like, ugh. Okay. All right. Get it together. So I kind of feel like Six of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles, right? You're going to have to figure out how to justify it, how to balance out. It's your ego and pride, hence your masculine energy. Because right now it's dominating, and for some of you, it's running a fucking muck. Angels also said, too, for some of you, your controlling ways are running a motherfucking muck as well. Say that with me, a motherfucking muck. Yeah, that's the new word of the day. New hyphenated phrase. Oh, come on. Come on. Y'all had to fall all the way down? Okay, so I got 2 cards down. The first one is, when I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. Okay? The next one. What was the first one? Or that's the second one. My energy creates my reality. I will focus on what I will manifest. When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. So if you're looking for love, you're going to have to vibrate at love so you can attract love. If you ain't looking for love and you're looking for some temporary love or some one night love or some physical love, then baby, that's what you're going to attract. That's what you're going to get. You can't want a relationship but then keep doing the whole one night stands or fuck boy, fuck girl and this, that, or the other. Because that's what you're going to keep attracting, because that's the dominant energy in your life. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. And that kind of says to me, the Hermit, smack dab right in the middle. Check in, right? I have the Hermit with the Hierophant. Pray, meditate, connect with God and angels, and figure out what it is that you want. I have the Devil with the 2 naked people, the Angel with the 2 naked people. Which side do you fall on, Scorpio? The temporary or the permanent? Long term, I should say. I'm just asking for a friend. I'm just saying. I am the dreamer of my dream. Okay? Yeah, and it's cognitive dissonance. You want one thing, but you're doing something else. Yeah. Oh, I don't like these 2 together, the Knight of Wands and the Devil, because I just heard it's an obsessive lust. It's almost, and yeah, I don't want to say addiction. Some of you could be sex addicts. It wouldn't surprise me at all. And no judgment, whatever, right? But it's almost like there's a lot of obsession and lust, but absolutely no love. You're completely disconnected with love. And again, you're learning that, it's not serving me. Angels are also saying too, especially for those of you who go out and you meet people and you may have like the one-nighters or the temporary situationships, it almost feels like you're spending a lot of time and energy into these hookups, if you will, but in the end you're not really getting the golden coin, which is really what you want. Yeah, look, 8 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, King of Wands. So your attraction, the way that you attract people, is not worthy, right? It's not worthy. And by the way, of course, this is no judgment. Do you, boo? Right? Do you, boo? In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me towards right-minded thinking and the energy of love. That to me, again, has to do with alignment, as in, you can't want something and do something else, right? Because again, wherever the energy is dominating is what you're going to attract. If the sex is good and great and wonderful and yummy, I had to pause. That's where you're going to vibrate the highest. You know what I mean? I just heard somebody say, okay, so you mean I got to stop having sex? I mean, the universe is not opposed to sacrificing, right? So if you do have to kind of sacrifice these one-nighters, two-nighters, situationships for something more long-term and permanent, the universe says it's basically really about what you want. If you want long-term and permanent, yeah, you're going to have to sacrifice the short-term and temporary, and vice versa, right? As in, I can't even say that. I can't say if they're celibate and they just looking for a hit, they have to sacrifice their morals and values and get the hit. I can't say that in good consciousness. Okay? So Scorpio, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there if the reading resonates. I know. Angel said finally. Somebody is saying finally a reading resonated. Oh my God, she got my situation. If that's you, leave me a comment because I'm curious. I probably won't remember it by the time this reading posts, but leave me a comment. You guys have any intuitive messages for Scorpio? God in the universe is wanting you to really more so focus on what it is you want, right? That first card out. The first one out. No, not that one. God damn it, I shuffled them. Basically saying what you focus on is what you're going to attract, right? So focus on one thing, Angel said, but then somebody attractive will come along and Scorpio will be like, ooh, a penny, right? A shiny penny. Focus on what it is that you want. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. Okay, I'm going to hold that up so you can take a screenshot and use that as your motivation. Okay? All right, Scorpio, I'm going to leave it here. I love you so much. If this reading resonates, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye.